When I tell someone out in the wild that Bitcoin can reach $1 million, they typically laugh at me. If I were to tell them 10 years ago that Bitcoin could reach $100,000, they'd probably do the same. $100,000 feels like an impossible number. Yet, here we are, and that number happened. In fact, today, as I'm recording this video, you always have to preface at the time of this recording, Bitcoin is at 107,899. And that's not even the all-time high. But in 2010, someone out there believed that Bitcoin would hit $100,000, and they were called crazy by the skeptics.
You want to be rich, don't you?
Oh yeah, sure, right, that's rich. You're gonna make me rich?
They were laughed at, but their price prediction wasn't wrong.
Here comes Decker with a kick. It's up. It looks good. Oh, it looks very good. Field goal, UCLA.
What they didn't tell you, and what they could not tell you, is the path to getting there, to that 100K. The price came true, but the path was unthinkable. So when we're talking about $1 million Bitcoin, we are on the path, but we don't know the road. We haven't seen the road to get there.
Hey, Doc, we better back up. We don't have enough road to get up to 88.
Roads? Where we're going, we don't need roads.
Bank failures, lockdowns, pandemics, hash rate crashes, and whole nations changing course on all kinds of issues, including Bitcoin. The path that Bitcoin is taking in the next 16 years is setting up to be even more unpredictable than the ones between 2009 and 2025 now. If you are new to Bitcoin, or you're a seasoned 10-year Bitcoin hodler, no altcoins, toxic maxi boy, stick around to the end of this video. I bet you'll get something out of it. And my prediction is $100 million trillion Bitcoin right now, tomorrow. I'm Oceans. This is Beyond Bitcoin. Let's dive into price predictions.
Bitcoin insider Adam Back just updated his 2025 Bitcoin price prediction.
I think $100,000 is way too cheap.
Rather than doing a 22x, we only do an 11x.
What's your Bitcoin price prediction for the next 5 years?
$1.3 million.
Has arrived at a prediction of $10 million per Bitcoin by 2045.
I think we're going to be $21 million in 21 years.
Large price targets feel good, even before they happen. All you have to do is say some sort of big number. I could say 1 billion, and that just made you feel a billion times better, didn't it? 1 billion. I don't even have to say what it is of a billion. I just say 1 billion. The warm buzz we get when dreaming about $1 million Bitcoin isn't so much the money, but it's the possibility. It's the possibility of the money. Neuroscientists call that buzz a dopamine anticipation spike. In a clip by Andrew Huberman, it says dopamine isn't about the reward itself, it's about the expectation of the reward. Check this clip out.
You think the reward is coming, and it doesn't, you drop below baseline levels of dopamine.
That's why you should never tell someone that this restaurant's going to be the best restaurant you've ever been to in your life.
Exactly. So I think the key is to leverage dopamine reward prediction error in the best way. It's the surprise that, if you take kids, you're driving home from school and suddenly you pull into the ice cream shop, they're going to be so ecstatic. But if you tell them you're going to go to the ice cream shop and it's closed, huge drop below baseline.
Does that mean if you tell them that you're going to the ice cream shop and it's open, that's less than not telling them that you're going to the ice cream shop and it's surprise?
Correct. They literally tier out into surprise is the maximum dopamine release, then successful completion of the mission, so, as it were, is the next, and then unsuccessful. You can only create positive anticipation so many times and then create a letdown before completion, that the delivery of the promise has very little impact. And so you have to be very careful with one's words. Better to say nothing than to let somebody down, for sure, in the context of human relationship. But if you reward without effort or without success, that is devastating for a nervous system. In fact, I've gone on record, and I'll say it again and again and again, which is that dopamine that arrives without prior effort destroys people. This is This is drugs. This is, this is things like cocaine and amphetamine. It's high levels of dopamine with no effort. Okay, they had to buy it, they had to find it, they had to whatever it. But there's no physical effort or mental effort involved in getting the dopamine peak. This is why hard work followed by reward, great. Working hard on a relationship and then it gets better, or there's a breakthrough, or whatever it is.
The bigger the promised reward, the stronger the spike. So if I promise you $1 billion, you're already spiking up to $1 billion. That's how we're all wired. So when someone tweets out that Bitcoin is going to $1 million, the chemistry is instantaneous. The heart rate nudges up, the attention locks in, and hope feels close enough to touch. Now and then we'll see a chart that will light up our feeds. It'll call for 10x by Christmas or 20x by the halving. We call these moon calls by Moon Boys. Moon calls by Moon Boys. I'd listen to that album. Anyway, these calls, they sound bold, almost reckless, but they pull people in like a spotlight on a dark road. Like myself, I thought I was going to make a lot of money. I thought I was going to make a lot of fiat dollars when I first entered this space. But it turns out I was just losing all my fiat dollars. That's what really happened. See, you come for the fiat dollars and you leave with no fiat dollars.
Market was down 800 yesterday, 550 today. What's going to happen tomorrow? What's going to happen over the next year, over the next 3 years? And the answer is nobody knows. And I don't believe in forecasts. Another one of my heroes, John Kenneth Galbraith, said we have two kinds of forecasters, the ones who don't know and the ones who don't know they don't know. And I am firmly in the first camp. I don't know what's going to happen in the future. And what I say is we never know where we're going, but we sure as hell ought to know where we are. The first lesson I remember learning at Wharton was that you can't tell the quality of a decision from the outcome. Now this is counterintuitive and in fact perplexing. And most people who are not analytical or insightful would say, well, of course you can. Good decisions work, bad decisions fail. But the truth of the matter is that in the world, there are a lot of things that are unpredictable and random, and as a result, good decisions fail all the time, and bad decisions succeed all the time. And we all know people, we say, oh, he was right for the wrong reason, or he was lucky, or he was unlucky.
The danger is simple. The chemical rush we get has nothing to say about how we actually get there, or what the journey might even cost along the way. Enjoy the crazy predictions and the excitement you get from them, for sure. But remember, the feeling is just a promise, not a plan. Remember, go-up technology is the entryway or the entry ramp onto the road to Bitcoin euphoria. The promise is pretty powerful. A chance to leapfrog years of slow saving. It's why your friends finally download that exchange app even when the prices are too high. But a moon call is still only just a weather forecast made with the data and the mood of the day. A price prediction is the headline of a story that hasn't been written. It tells us in the last page that Bitcoin hits $1 million, but it skips every single chapter from here to there. Those missing chapters could take years. They hold recessions, elections, trade wars, energy shocks, and smaller, quieter things too. A lost job, a new baby, a health scare. The journey from today's price to any moonshot number is less like a straight ramp and more like hiking a ridge in a thick fog. You only see the next few steps ahead of you. Capital coming into the space will matter, yes, but so will things that money can't schedule, like the political calm we get from our current administration, energy breakthroughs, public trust. These things account for a lot of what the price is doing.
But stuff that's happened in the past 11 months has been extraordinary. The White House has embraced Bitcoin. This is an extraordinary development. We didn't anticipate this. We hoped that we would get a favorable administration, and we hope we get support, and we had this inkling, but November 5th brought a sea change in politics, and although we thought we might have a pro-Bitcoin president, we didn't think we'd get a strategic Bitcoin reserve. We didn't think that the president would say, America will be the Bitcoin superpower of the world. This is an amazing development. The new administration, J.D. Vance, pro-Bitcoin, Robert F. Kennedy, pro-Bitcoin, Tulsi Gabbard, pro-Bitcoin, Kelly Loeffler, pro-Bitcoin, Paul Atkins, pro-Bitcoin, Brian Kentez, pro-Bitcoin, Scott Bessent, pro-Bitcoin, David Sachs, a new position, cabinet-level position, not just pro-Bitcoin, a cabinet member that would go on television and say Bitcoin is the one decentralized crypto network in the world. It is special. It is the digital commodity, right? The one thing that we've all known, but a cabinet member in the United States government says it. He said it in March of this year.
We also can't account for what the price is doing because of paper Bitcoin. This is a whole separate topic, and you can check it out in this video right here, wherever it lands. There's also another factor that we're not really thinking about when we do price predictions, and that is, what will the price actually mean if it comes true in that time?
And relive Biff's happiest moment, as in 1973 he realized his lifelong romantic dream by marrying his high school sweetheart, Lorraine Baines McFly.
Third time's a charm.
Quick pause. If you'd actually like to earn Bitcoin instead of just watching charts and looking at the moonshot price predictions, Sazmining can help. Sazmining builds renewable-powered mining sites, manages the hardware, and sends the sats straight to you. Book a call with one of their expert team members at Sazmining.com, and you can find out how you can start mining today and not have to go through all the hardware and all the electricity costs that are associated with mining, and just get sats straight to a wallet. Start mining today at Sazmining.com. A price target is easy to share for a future timeline, but the world that that price will live in, now that part stays blank.
I did say 250,000 by the end of this year, but you go at 10 years and the answer is infinity against the dollar.
250K sounds life-changing to many, but what if a gallon of milk costs $40 by the time we get there? How many gallons of milk can I buy with one 250K Bitcoin? I can buy 6,250 gallons of milk with one Bitcoin. Anyway, that's why the money printer matters. We don't know what world of prices we're going to be in when these moonshot predictions come into play.
As long as I can use fiat currency to buy my lunch, buy my drink at the bar, I'm going to use the fiat currency and I'm going to save the good money, which is the Bitcoin. Why would I spend the good money? Now, we have a perfect way to understand this. In the United States, of course, we have coins and we have quarters and dimes. Up till 1965, these were made out of pure silver. Starting in 1965, they made them with junk metal. That's nickel and copper. You cannot find in America a pre-65 quarter or dime in circulation. They're all gone. They were driven out. If you just so happened to get some change and you found a pre-65 quarter and dime, you would not spend it. Why? Because a quarter now is worth $4, but you'd only get 25 cents for it.
If you want to know what Bitcoin is worth in the future, then you're going to have to ask yourself what you will be able to buy with that Bitcoin in the future. It's not just zeros on a screen. What about energy or food or an hour of someone's labor? What will that be worth? Before you go, are you thinking about building out your own sovereignty stack? You know, sovereignty isn't just about holding your own keys. It's also about keeping that signal when everyone else has lost theirs. When the grid goes down, which has been happening a lot, most people go dark. But with a satellite phone from Sat123, you can stay connected no matter what. Whether you're a prepper or a wannabe prepper like me, maybe you're a rancher or just someone who's paying attention. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on in the world, am I right? Now is the time to be prepared. Stop the last moments of this episode right now and go to sat123.com/simplybitcoin, or If you are more familiar with a phone, you can call 866-621-9477. You can mention Simply Bitcoin over the phone, or you can use the promo code SIMPLY for 15% off. Stay connected, stay independent, and most importantly, stay sovereign. I'm Oceans. This is Beyond Bitcoin. Thank you so much for watching. If you really like this content, or if you just liked it a little bit, make sure you hit that like button below. Subscribe to the Simply Bitcoin channel for more content like this. We're coming out with it every single day. And you can hit that notification bell, get updates on more content that comes out. And I predict that I'll see you in another video. Well, I won't see you because I'm looking at a camera, right? But you'll see me in another video. I predict it. It's going to happen. And if you don't, then you didn't click on that thumbnail and you were thinking ahead. Until next time, see you later, guys. Bye.